Leah slammed the door behind her, the echo reverberating through the empty hallway of her family's sprawling estate in upstate New York. At 22, she had just confessed her love for women to her parents, expecting understanding but receiving only fury and rejection. "You're no daughter of ours," her father had snarled, his face twisted in disgust, as her mother wept silently, refusing to meet her eyes. The shock hit Leah like a freight train. She stood on the porch, suitcase in hand, the autumn wind whipping around her as the reality sank in. She was homeless, penniless, cut off from the only world she knew. Inside her mind, thoughts swirled chaotically. How could they do this? Was my love really so monstrous that it erased 22 years of family bonds? Leah wandered the streets of the small town nearby, her phone buzzing with ignored calls from friends who didn't yet know. She needed a plan, but her heart ached too deeply to think straight. Why didn't I keep it hidden? She berated herself. The shame her parents instilled clawed at her, making her question if she deserved this exile. But beneath the pain, a spark of defiance flickered. Maybe this was freedom, albeit a terrifying one. She found a cheap motel room with the last of her cash, collapsing onto the bed as sobs racked her body. The room spun with memories. Family dinners where her father's conservative rants about traditional values had always made her stomach churn, her mother's subtle nods of agreement that now felt like betrayal. I was their perfect daughter, straight-A student, volunteer at church, until I wasn't. The hypocrisy burned. They preached love but practiced hate. Morning brought no relief. Leah stared at her reflection in the cracked mirror, her green eyes red-rimmed. She had to move forward, but where? College was out, her parents had paid the tuition, and now that lifeline was severed. A job then. Anything to survive. But the inner turmoil raged. Am I broken? Or are they the ones poisoned by prejudice? She stepped out into the crisp air, heading to the local diner where she'd worked summers. The owner, Mrs. Hargrove, a kind woman in her 60s, took one look at Leah's disheveled state and pulled her into a hug. "What's happened, child?" Leah hesitated, the words catching in her throat. Admitting it aloud meant making it real. I told my parents I'm gay," she whispered, bracing for rejection. But Mrs. Hargrove's eyes softened. "Oh honey, come work the counter today. We'll figure it out." For the first time in hours, Leah felt a glimmer of hope. Yet doubt lingered. Could she rebuild without crumbling under the weight of abandonment? Days blurred into weeks. Leah saved every tip, crashing on Mrs. Hargrove's couch when the motel money ran out. The diner's patrons whispered about the Richards girl fallen from grace, their stares a constant reminder of societal scorn. Why does loving someone make me a pariah? She pondered during quiet shifts, her mind replaying the confrontation. One evening, a new face entered the diner. A woman with short black hair and a warm smile. Leilani, as she introduced herself, was visiting from California, her job as a graphic designer bringing her east for a conference. She ordered coffee, and their eyes met across the counter. Leah's heart skipped, an unfamiliar pull drawing her in. "You're not from around here," Leah said, pouring the brew with steady hands despite her inner flutter. Leilani laughed, a sound like sunlight. "Guilty. San Francisco born and raised." "You." Leah forced a smile. "Local reject." The word slipped out, laced with bitterness. Leilani's brow furrowed. "Reject? You seem pretty put together to me." Their conversation flowed, touching on art, dreams, and subtly identities. Leilani shared she was out and proud, her family supportive. Envy stabbed Leah. Why couldn't mine be like that? As closing time neared, Leilani lingered. "Want to grab a walk? This town's got charm." Leah agreed, her pulse racing. Was this attraction? The thought terrified and thrilled her. They strolled under streetlights, sharing stories. Leilani's openness was a balm to Leah's wounds. But back at Mrs. Hargrove's, alone in the guest room, Leah's mind raced. What if Leilani finds out how broken I am? The fear of vulnerability gnawed, a memento of her parents' rejection. Yet she craved connection, a chance to feel whole. Their meetings became daily. Leilani extended her stay, drawn to Leah's quiet strength. One night by the river, Leilani confessed, "I like you, Leah. More than friends." Leah's breath caught. "I want this, but am I ready?" The kiss that followed was tentative, sweet, a promise amid chaos. Guilt surged. Her parents' voices echoed. This is wrong. But Leah pushed back. No, their hate is wrong. Embracing Leilani felt like rebellion, a step toward self-acceptance. Months passed. Leah moved to a tiny apartment scraping by. Leilani visited often, their relationship deepening. But distance strained. Leilani's life in California called her back. Come with me, she urged. Leah wavered. Leave everything? What everything? Her family had already left her. The decision loomed a moral crossroads. Stay in familiar pain or risk for love. Leah chose love, packing her bags. As the bus pulled away from New York, she whispered goodbye to her past, heart pounding with uncertainty. In San Francisco, Leilani's world enveloped her. Vibrant streets, accepting communities, Leah blossomed. But shadows lingered. Calls from her parents went unanswered. Their attempts at reconciliation felt hollow. Why now? She wondered. Regret or control? Leah found work at a bookstore, immersing in stories of resilience. Leilani's support was unwavering, but cracks appeared. Leah's insecurities flared during arguments. You don't understand what I lost. Leilani shot back. I'm here now, isn't that enough? The tension built, a slow burn. Leah's inner conflict intensified. Was she using Leilani as a crutch? Or was this real? Doubt poisoned moments of joy. One day, a letter arrived from her grandmother's lawyer. Leah's estranged grandmother, whom her parents had cut off years ago for her own liberal ways, had passed, leaving everything to Leah. The estate was massive, hidden from her parents through trusts. Shock rippled through her. Inheritance? Empire? Her mind reeled. This changes everything. But at what cost? Accepting it meant confronting her past. Leilani's eyes widened at the news. This is your chance, Leah. But Leah hesitated, the moral weight crushing. Take what's mine or let it go to avoid more pain. Leah sat at the kitchen table in their cozy San Francisco apartment, the letter clutched in her trembling hands. The words blurred through tears. Millions in assets, properties, stocks. All hers, untouchable by her parents due to ironclad legal barriers her grandmother had set. Why me? She thought. A whirlwind of emotions crashing over her. Gratitude mixed with resentment. Her grandmother had known about the family rift and chosen to intervene from beyond the grave. Leilani paced behind her, excitement bubbling. This is huge, Leah. You can finally live without scraping by. But Leah's mind darkened. Is this blood money? Compensation for abandonment? The inheritance felt like a poisoned gift, stirring up buried anger. She hadn't spoken to her parents in 3 years. Now this would force contact. The lawyer mentioned they might contest, though futilely. The thought of facing them twisted her gut. What if they beg? Or worse, condemn me again? Inner voices clashed. Forgive for peace, or hold the grudge as armor. Leilani pulled her into an embrace. We'll handle it together. Leah nodded, but doubt festered. Their relationship, once a sanctuary, now felt strained under Leah's resurfacing traumas. Small fights escalated. Leilani's late nights at work sparked jealousy. Leah's withdrawals bred frustration. One evening over dinner, Leilani snapped. You're shutting me out, Leah. This money could free us, but you're acting like it's a curse. Leah's eyes flashed. Easy for you to say. Your family didn't disown you. The words hung heavy, a chasm widening. Alone in bed that night, Leah's thoughts tormented her. Am I sabotaging this? Leilani deserves better than my baggage. The moral dilemma deepened. Use the inheritance to build a life? Or reject it to prove she didn't need their tainted wealth? The lawyers' meeting in New York loomed. Leah booked a flight, Leilani insisting on coming. I'm not letting you face this alone. Gratitude swelled, but so did fear. What if this unravels us? Back in her hometown, the air felt oppressive. The lawyer's office was sterile, papers spread out. Your grandmother stipulated you inherit everything, citing your parents' unjust actions. Leah's heart pounded. Unjust validation at last. But then a knock. Her parents entered, faces aged by time and perhaps regret. Her father's voice cracked. Leah, we made a mistake. Her mother sobbed. Please forgive us. Rage boiled. A mistake? You threw me out like trash. Inner conflict raged. They look broken. Do I owe them mercy? Or is this manipulation? Leilani squeezed her hand under the table, a silent anchor. But Leah pulled away, overwhelmed. The meeting devolved into accusations. Her parents claimed the grandmother was senile, that the money was theirs by right. Leah stood firm. It's mine now. And you can't touch it. Walking out, triumph mingled with sorrow. Have I become as cold as them? Back at the hotel, Leilani confronted her. You were amazing, but why push me away? Leah broke down. I'm scared I'll hurt you like they hurt me. Vulnerability poured out, bridging the gap for now. With the inheritance secured, life shifted. They bought a house in the Bay Area. Leah quitting the bookstore for philanthropy, focusing on LGBTQ+ youth. But wealth brought new pressures. Friends from her past resurfaced, motives questionable. Was that old classmate genuine or after a handout? Leilani's career soared, but jealousy crept in. You're always at events now, she complained one night. Leah retorted. This is my purpose. The argument escalated, words like daggers. Maybe you're just using me for stability. Hurt, Leilani stormed out. Leah's mind spiraled. Did I drive her away? The betrayal stung, echoing her parents' abandonment. Hours later, Leilani returned, apologetic. I didn't mean it. But we need to talk. They laid bare insecurities. Leah's fear of loss, Leilani's of being overshadowed. Promises were made, but tension simmered. Society's gaze intensified. Media snippets about the disowned heiress fueled rumors, straining their privacy. A gala for queer rights brought confrontation. Leah's parents appeared uninvited. Her father approached. We've changed. Give us a chance. Skepticism warred with hope. People can evolve, right? But memories flashed, the door slamming, the loneliness. Leilani whispered. Your call. Leah chose distance. Not yet. The rejection weighed heavy. Am I perpetuating the cycle of pain? As months passed, their relationship teetered. Leilani confided in a friend about doubts, words Leah overheard. Betrayal sliced deep. How could she? Confrontation followed, tears and accusations flying. You're pulling away, Leah yelled. Leilani countered. Because you're consumed by the past. The fight ended in silence, a rift forming. Leah threw herself into work, funding shelters for rejected youth. Seeing their stories mirrored hers brought catharsis, but also isolation. Am I sacrificing love for justice? One night alone, she called her mother. Why did you do it? The conversation unearthed truths. Fear of societal judgment, religious dogma. We were wrong, her mother admitted. Forgiveness flickered, but trust remained shattered. Leilani's absence grew. Business trips lengthened. Suspicion gnawed. Is there someone else? The thought tormented, a moral test, confront or ignore. Discovery came via a text glimpsed on Leilani's phone. Affectionate words to a colleague. Heart-shattering, Leah confronted. Who is she? Leilani's face paled. It's not what you think, just emotional support. But doubt poisoned. Emotional cheating? The betrayal echoed familial wounds. They argued fiercely. You promise forever. Leah cried. Leilani shot back. You've been distant too. Blame shifted, neither fully right. In the aftermath, Leah questioned everything. Was our love real, or a rebound? The pain of potential loss mirrored her initial abandonment, amplifying inner chaos. Decisions loomed. Fight for the relationship or let go. Leah chose therapy, urging Leilani to join. Sessions unearthed patterns. Leah's trust issues, Leilani's need for validation. Progress was slow, but breakthroughs came. I love you, Leilani affirmed. Leah echoed, but warily. Can we heal? Society's pressures mounted. A tabloid exposed their strife, labeling Leah the vengeful heiress. Public scrutiny intensified private doubts. Am I strong enough? The tabloid headline burned into Leah's mind. Heiress's lesbian love on the rocks, family curse continues? She crumpled the paper, fury surging. How dare they reduce our pain to gossip? The invasion fueled her isolation, making her question if visibility was worth the cost. Leilani, returning from a trip, saw the article and sighed. Ignore it. We know the truth. But Leah couldn't. This is the society that broke me, judgmental, unforgiving. Inner turmoil escalated. Fight back or hide? They attended couples therapy religiously, unpacking layers. Your parents' rejection made you expect betrayal, the therapist noted. Leah nodded, tears flowing. Why do I push away those I love? Leilani shared her own fears. I feel like second place to your mission. Honesty bridged gaps, but scars remained. A weekend getaway aimed to rekindle, but arguments flared over trivialities. You're checking your phone, work again? Leah accused. Leilani retorted. At least I'm present. The cycle persisted, each clash a reminder of unresolved wounds. Back home, a call from Leah's father shattered the fragile peace. We're suing for the inheritance. It's rightfully ours. Shock rippled. After all this? Greed unveiled, confirming her doubts. Moral outrage burned. They haven't changed, just want the money. Leilani stood by her during the legal battle, but strain showed. This is consuming you, she said softly. Leah snapped. Wouldn't it you? Defensiveness rose, a barrier against vulnerability. Court dates loomed, media circus intensifying. Leah testified, voice steady. They disowned me for being gay, now they want what grandma protected from them. The judge's sympathy was palpable, but her parents' lawyer twisted facts. Emotional decisions don't override family rights. Inner conflict raged. Am I vengeful or just? Winning felt hollow, losing unimaginable. Leilani's support wavered under pressure. Late nights alone bred resentment. One evening, Leilani confessed, I kissed someone at a conference. It meant nothing, but I was lonely. The admission hit like a gut punch. Betrayal confirmed. How could she? Tears streamed as Leah whispered, Get out. Alone, devastation consumed her. Was this the price of my past? Self-blame mingled with anger. I trusted, and it shattered me again. Days blurred in isolation, philanthropy her only solace. Friends urged reconciliation, but pride held firm. She crossed a line, Leah insisted inwardly. Yet longing ached. Love doesn't vanish overnight. Leilani's pleas came via texts. I'm sorry. Let's talk. Leah ignored, fortifying walls. But doubt crept. Am I repeating my parents' unforgiveness? A surprise visit from her mother shifted perspectives. We were wrong, Leah. Seeing you thrive. It hurts we caused this. Vulnerability shone in her eyes. For the first time, Leah listened. Perhaps change is possible. Softening, she met Leilani at a cafe. Why? She demanded. Leilani's voice broke. I felt invisible in your world of battles. Honesty stung but resonated. We've both erred. Forgiveness tentative, they rebuilt slowly. No grand gestures, just presence, communication. But society intruded. A hate group targeted Leah's foundation, protesting promotion of sin. Threats escalated, forcing security. Fear gripped. Is success worth this danger? Leilani's worry mounted. We could move, start fresh. The idea tempted, but Leah resisted. Running means they win. Moral quandary deepened. Protect love or stand for change. Court victory came, inheritance upheld. Triumph bittersweet. Her parents' defeat public, humiliating. Guilt nagged. Did I destroy them? Post-win, Leah reached out. Let's talk. The family meeting was tense, revelations pouring. Her father admitted therapy, grappling with biases. We love you but struggled. Leah's heart thawed slightly. Progress, not perfection. With Leilani, intimacy returned cautiously. But a new conflict arose. Leilani wanted children. Leah hesitated, fear of passing on trauma. What if society rejects them like me? She confided. Debates intensified, values clashing. Leilani pushed. We can give them love. Leah countered. But the world is cruel. The standoff tested bonds. An attack on a queer event, Leah sponsored heightened stakes. Injuries minor but terror real. In hospital, Leilani held her. This can't continue. Leah's resolve cracked. Maybe sacrifice is necessary. Conceding, they planned relocation to a quieter town. But resentment brewed. Am I abandoning my fight? The move felt like defeat. Inner voices accusing cowardice. Settling in Oregon, peace descended, but boredom followed. Leilani thrived in a new job. Leah felt aimless. I missed the impact, she admitted. Leilani sighed. Can't we just be happy? Happiness eluded. Purpose clashed with safety. A secret emerged. Leilani had been in contact with Leah's parents, urging reconciliation. For your healing, she explained. Betrayal again? Leah fumed. You went behind my back. Leilani defended. Out of love. The argument exploded, trust fracturing anew. Separation loomed as Leah questioned. Is love worth constant pain? Days apart amplified loneliness, forcing reflection. Perhaps we're toxic together. Reunion tentative, apologies exchanged. But patterns persisted, drama unrelenting. Society's evolution offered hope. Laws changing, acceptance growing, but personal battles raged. Leah launched a memoir, exposing her story. Backlash fierce, support overwhelming. Leilani stood proud. This is you. Empowerment surged, but exhaustion followed. A family reunion tested waters. Her parents apologized sincerely, sharing their own journeys. Tears flowed. Forgiveness budded. Yet scars reminded. Healing isn't linear. With Leilani a breakthrough. We choose each other daily. Commitment renewed but realism tempered joy. Love demands work. Years ticked by in their Oregon haven. The initial calm giving way to subtle unrest. Leah's memoir became a bestseller, catapulting her into advocacy spotlight once more. Invitations flooded, speeches, panels, pulling her back into the fray. Excitement stirred. This is my calling. But Leilani's unease grew. We moved for peace, now you're gone again. Conflicts reignited, choices stark. I can't sit idle while others suffer, Leah argued inwardly. Leilani countered aloud. What about us suffering? The moral tightrope stretched thin. Personal happiness versus societal impact? A tempting offer arrived. A leadership role in a national LGBTQ+ organization, based in DC. Ambition flared. This could change lives. But it meant distance from Leilani. Indecision tormented. Sacrifice relationship for greater good? Leilani's reaction was swift. If you go, I'm not following. Ultimatum hung heavy, forcing confrontation. You're asking me to choose? Leah cried. Leilani's eyes welled. You've already chosen, your mission over me. Heartache deepened. Leah reflected on patterns. Always the fighter, never the settler. Was this self-sabotage? Or destiny? Declining the job, resentment simmered. I did it for you, she told Leilani, but bitterness laced the words. Leilani sensed it. Don't martyr yourself. Tension coiled, small slights exploding. A visit from Leah's parents offered distraction. Reconciliation progressed. Shared meals, tentative hugs. Her father's admission. We donated to your cause, atonement. Gratitude mixed with skepticism. Too little, too late? But healing glimpses emerged. Leah confided in her mother about relationship woes. Love requires compromise, she advised. Irony struck. Advice from those who once destroyed mine? Applying it, Leah planned surprises for Leilani, dates, affirmations. Sparks reignited, but underlying issues lurked. Leilani's promotion demanded travel. Roles reversed. Jealousy nipped. Now she's distant. An overheard call fueled paranoia. Leilani laughing with a coworker. Echoes of past betrayal resurfaced. Confrontation followed. Is history repeating? Leilani denied vehemently. Trust me. Trust faltered, therapy resumed. Your traumas trigger overreactions, the counselor noted. Leah acknowledged. I project fears. Leilani admitted. I escape and work when scared. Breakthroughs built resilience, but tests continued. A health scare. Leah's routine check revealing a lump shook foundations. Benign but fear-exposed vulnerabilities. In waiting rooms they clung. Life's fragility demands presence. Post-crisis, priorities shifted. They adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment. Laughter returned, but society intruded. A backlash against Leah's book from conservative groups. Threats resumed, forcing vigilance. Weary, Leah questioned. Is advocacy worth the toll? Leilani urged balance. Help others without destroying us. Compromise forged. Local initiatives only. Peace settled, but stagnation bred discontent. Leilani suggested therapy for parenthood fears. Sessions unearthed. I worry I'll fail like my parents. Progress slow, decision pending. A betrayal from within struck. A trusted aide at Leah's foundation embezzled funds. Discovery devastated. How did I miss it? Trust shattered anew, paranoia spiking. Leilani supported through the scandal, but strain showed. Media painted Leah negligent. Reputation tarnished. Inner voices accused. You're not the hero you pretend. Rebuilding consumed her, relationship sidelined. Leilani's patience thinned. I'm here but invisible. Argument peaked. Maybe we need space. Trial separation ensued. Agony raw. Alone, Leah confronted demons. Am I unlovable? Reflections led to epiphany. Love myself first. Reaching out to parents, she sought closure. Forgive me for holding grudges, she said. Their embrace healed fragments. Leilani dated casually during break. News gutted Leah. Jealousy warred with understanding. I pushed her away. Moral dilemma, fight back or release. Choosing growth, Leah focused on self. Therapy, yoga, writing, rebirth. When Leilani returned, seeking reconciliation. I missed you. Tentative reunion, lessons learned. No more ultimatums, they vowed. Love deepened, forged in fire. But drama lingered. A family secret unveiled. Leah's grandmother had been queer, hidden. Revelation stunned. She understood my pain. Empowerment surged, but anger at parents renewed. They knew? Confrontation explosive. You hid her truth, then condemned mine. Her father broke. We were ashamed wrongly. Forgiveness tested limits. With Leilani, stability grew. They pursued surrogacy, embracing parenthood. Joy mingled with fear. Can we protect our child? Birth brought transformation. Holding their daughter, unity solidified. But challenges arose, societal stares, family dynamics. Leah's parents doted, redemption arc completing. Yet doubts whispered. True change or facade? As years passed, balance achieved. Advocacy moderated. Family prioritized. But a crisis loomed. Leilani's job offer abroad. Temptation strong. Adventure calls. Leah resisted. Our life is here. Clash inevitable. Dreams versus stability? Debate raged, compromises sought. Decision. Go together, uprooting all. In the new country, adaptation strained. Cultural differences amplified insecurities. Leah's inner monologue. Did we err? Homesickness hit. Arguments flared. This was your idea. Leah accused. Leilani retorted. For us. Rock bottom came with a near breakup. In tears they recommitted. Adapt or perish. Growth ensued, bonds strengthened. Returning home eventually wiser. Reflection. Pain shaped us but love endured. Settled back in America. Their family thrived amidst lingering echoes of past turmoils. Leah's foundation expanded, impacting thousands, while Leilani balanced career and home. Their daughter, Mia, grew into a spirited child, oblivious to the battles that paved her path. Yet Leah often wondered, will she face the same prejudices, or have we changed the world enough? Inner peace remained elusive. Therapy continued, unpacking residual traumas. You've come far, the counselor affirmed. Leah agreed, but shadows loomed. Forgiveness for parents complete? Trust in Leilani unshakable? A family gathering tested. Her parents now advocates themselves, shared platforms with Leah. Pride swelled but memories stung. During a speech, her father publicly apologized. We failed our daughter. Don't repeat our mistakes. Applause thundered, but Leah's heart raced. Genuine or performative? Leilani squeezed her hand backstage. They're trying. Leah nodded, conflict easing. Love's complexity. Layers of hurt and healing. Mia's questions began. Why two moms? Explanations gentle, but societal backlash reared. School bullies echoing old hatreds. Rage ignited. History repeats? Protective instincts clashed with teaching resilience. Confronting the school, Leah demanded change. Victory small but empowering. Leilani worried. Don't let it consume you again. Balance teetered, moral choices constant. A betrayal from Leilani's side emerged. Hidden debts from her past, now surfacing. I didn't want to burden you, she confessed. Anger flared. Secrets again? Trust fractured, echoes resounding. Arguments intense. How can I believe in us? Leah cried. Leilani pleaded. It was before. I'm different now. Forgiveness weighed. Hold grudge or extend grace. Choosing mercy, they navigated repayment together. Bond tested, strengthened. Reflection. We're human, flawed. As Mia entered teens, identity questions arose. Am I like you? She asked. Leah's heart ached. Guide without imposing. Discussions deep, fostering openness. Societal shifts offered hope. Marriages legal, protections growing, but regressions threatened. Leah lobbied, Leilani supported from home. Roles harmonized, but exhaustion crept. A health decline in Leah's mother forced proximity. Caregiving revealed vulnerabilities. Bonds mended further. Thank you for forgiving, her mother whispered. Leah's response. It freed me too. Leilani's career plateaued, breeding envy. Your success overshadows, she admitted. Honesty stung but addressed. We're a team. Adjustments made, equity sought. Mia's coming out as by added layers. Pride mixed with fear. Protect her. Family united, facing external judgments. A public scandal. Leah accused of fund mismanagement by rivals. Tested alliances. Innocence proven but damage done. Inner doubt worth the fight? Leilani's unwavering defense. I believe in you. Love reaffirmed amid chaos. Years culminated in reflection. Empire secured, family intact but costs tallied. Lost years, broken trusts, emotional scars. In quiet moments Leah pondered. Was it all inevitable or choices made? The story closes with Mia thriving. Parents aging gracefully. Yet, one question lingers, sparking debate. In the face of betrayal and prejudice, is forgiveness always the right path? Or does it sometimes enable further harm? Settled back in America, their family thrived amidst lingering echoes of past turmoils. Leah's foundation expanded, impacting thousands, while Leilani balanced career and home. Their daughter, Mia, grew into a spirited child, oblivious to the battles that paved her path. Yet Leah often wondered, will she face the same prejudices, or have we changed the world enough? The question haunted her during sleepless nights, as she replayed her own youth's pains. Inner peace remained elusive. Therapy continued, unpacking residual traumas. You've come far, the counselor affirmed. Leah agreed, but shadows loomed. Forgiveness for parents complete? Trust in Leilani unshakable? Each session peeled layers, revealing persistent fears of abandonment that colored every interaction. A family gathering tested waters. Her parents, now advocates themselves, shared platforms with Leah. Pride swelled but memories stung. The door slammed, the empty streets. During a speech, her father publicly apologized. We failed our daughter. Don't repeat our mistakes. Applause thundered, but Leah's heart raced. Genuine or performative? The crowd's reaction forced her to smile, but inside, skepticism brewed. Leilani squeezed her hand backstage. They're trying. Give them credit. Leah nodded, conflict easing slightly. Love's complexity unfolded daily. Layers of hurt and healing intertwined, demanding constant navigation. Mia's questions began early. Why two moms? Explanations were gentle, age-appropriate, but societal backlash reared its head. School bullies echoing old hatreds with cruel taunts. Rage ignited within Leah. History repeats despite our efforts? Protective instincts clashed with the need to teach resilience, to not shelter too much. Confronting the school administration, Leah demanded policy changes and awareness programs. Victory was small, a workshop implemented but empowering. Leilani worried over dinner. Don't let it consume you again. Mia needs you present. Balance teetered on a knife's edge, moral choices becoming a daily ritual. Shield or expose? A betrayal from Leilani's side emerged unexpectedly. Hidden debts from her past ventures, now surfacing with demands for payment. I didn't want to burden you, she confessed, eyes downcast. Anger flared hot in Leah's chest. Secrets again? Trust fractured once more. Echoes of past infidelities resounding loudly in her mind. Arguments grew intense, voices raised in their once peaceful home. How can I believe in us if you hide things? Leah cried, pacing the living room. Leilani pleaded, tears streaming. It was before us, I'm different now, I swear. Forgiveness weighed heavily on Leah's shoulders. Hold on to the grudge for self-protection, or extend grace and risk more pain. Choosing mercy after days of soul-searching, they navigated the repayment together, budgeting and sacrificing luxuries. The bond was tested, but ultimately strengthened through shared adversity. Reflection came in quiet evenings. We're human, flawed but committed to growth. As Mia entered her turbulent teens, Identity questions arose with urgency. Am I like you? Do I like girls too? She asked one night, voice tentative. Leah's heart ached with empathy. Guide without imposing, let her discover. Discussions deepened their family ties, fostering an environment of openness and support. Societal shifts offered glimmers of hope, marriages fully legal nationwide, workplace protections expanding, but political regressions threatened to undo progress, with bills targeting queer families. Leah lobbied tirelessly from afar, Leilani supporting by managing home fronts. Roles harmonized for a time, but exhaustion crept in like fog, clouding judgments. A sudden health decline in Leah's mother forced increased proximity and caregiving duties. Long hours at her bedside revealed vulnerabilities. Old resentments surfaced but were met with compassion. Thank you for forgiving me, her mother whispered weakly during a lucid moment. Leah's response came softly. It freed me too, Mom. The exchange mended lingering fractures, bringing unexpected closure. Leilani's career plateaued amid this chaos, breeding subtle envy that bubbled up in conversations. Your success overshadows everything, she admitted one evening, voice laced with frustration. Honesty stung sharply, but it was addressed head-on. We're a team always, Leah reassured, adjusting schedules for more equity. Mia's eventual coming out as bisexual added profound layers to their narrative. Pride mixed with visceral fear. We must protect her from the world's cruelties. The family united in solidarity, facing external judgments with collective strength, attending Pride events as a unit. A public scandal erupted. Leah accused of fund mismanagement by political rivals seeking to discredit her work. Investigations proved her innocence, but the damage to her reputation was done, with donors pulling back temporarily. Inner doubt plagued her. Is this fight worth the personal toll? Am I the hero I aspire to be or just a target? Leilani's unwavering defense during press conferences shone. I believe in her integrity completely. Love was reaffirmed amid the chaos, a beacon in the storm. The years culminated in profound reflection as they watched Mia graduate, poised for her own journey. The empire secured, family intact, but the costs were tallied in quiet moments. Lost years to strife, broken trusts repaired painstakingly, emotional scars that faded but never vanished. In those introspective hours, Leah pondered the intricate web of choices that defined their lives. Was it all inevitable, shaped by societal forces, or were our decisions the true architects of this path? The story closes with Mia thriving independently, her parents aging gracefully in a world slightly kinder due to their efforts. Yet, one lingering question sparks endless debate. In the face of deep betrayal and entrenched prejudice, is forgiveness always the right path, or does it sometimes enable further harm?